Hi, everybody. Good afternoon, and welcome to an incredible live broadcast. Now, today, we're doing something quite different. The reason we're doing something quite different is because we've got the amazing Ali Shahraki with us. So if you're watching on Alfie Best Business, thanks for joining us. This is Minds to Wealth Live. Now, the first thing is this, that Ali is a guy that I interviewed recently, and due to his incredible story, you may remember if you watched it, the motorbike accident that changed my life. Now, Ali is a guy who is constantly developing himself. The topic of this particular live is called Minds to Wealth. Now, essentially, for many of us during COVID and during the lockdown, we've been through so many challenges in terms of mental health, the frustrations that we've been through in terms of being business owners, being locked down, and families, of course. But that has caused a large increase of mental health issues and concerns. Now, no one should ever feel alone. No one should ever feel that they can't reach out. Ali's been on an incredible journey of transformation. You see, Ali did suffer from some challenges many years ago, where we call him during that period the Mr. Angry from the book. Ali used to get very angry at life, but he's developed himself to such an extent now that he's completely changed his and his family's life by working on himself. He's also going to be becoming the author of the forthcoming book, which is Awaken Your Mental and Financial Wealth. So what does Ali do before we bring him on? Essentially, Ali has developed himself through personal development and spent so much money doing so. And he's been to lots of trainers like Tony Robbins, etc., and Forex trainers as well. He uses foreign exchange trading as his wealth mechanism, but what he's done to help himself get into a really positive state of mind and a positive energy, and a man who thinks much differently from the person he was before, he now has created a program called Minds to Wealth. Because if we get our mind right, we can also get our wealth right. So this particular show is going to run every Tuesday now for 5 to 6 weeks. We're going live today because we didn't manage to get the broadcast live on Tuesday due to a technical fault. Right, so Ali, welcome. Essentially, this is your show, but we're just hosting this show on our Facebook page until your book is published in 6 weeks' time, where after the 6 shows, you'll be holding your book in your hand. You'll be this published author. And of course, you're sitting behind you is your foreign exchange trading school. So let's jump straight in. So tell us a little bit about the journey again, Ali. Can you explain to people, just going back where you used to be, the man you was, the accident, and then bringing yourself forward on self-development and where we are today, now sitting here on this show with you currently writing your new book and a program to help people. So Ali, far away.
Thank you for having me, Bradley. 2003, I had a disabled daughter, and before that, 2002, I was homeless. All this caused me to have a very deep depression, and it caused me to hate everybody, blame everybody. I was blaming my mom and dad why they didn't give me enough money. They could have given me more money. So literally, I had argument with everybody, and I used to hate everybody. And I was looking at people just on a way of how much money I can make out of them. And that caused me to have very deep depression. I couldn't even taste food. I was very bad mouth every time talking to somebody. I didn't have no manner with them. I was really angry with everybody, especially with my wife, with my family, and I hated that. And every night when I used to sleep, I used to pray. The only prayer I had every night was, I want to die and take God to court, because I was believing like God is not fair, and why do I have to have a disabled child? I had so much whys in my mind until in 2010 I got on my bike. I was really angry that day, same as usual. I had an argument with my wife in July. Very nice, beautiful day. I tried to go on my bike to literally have a nice time, relaxed time. My wife asked me to go and buy something. Now I got really angry again because I spent a lot of money on my daughter, her disabilities, to find out what's wrong with her, and I was spending from the money I didn't have. I was just doing deliveries. I was doing drive instructors, and it wasn't enough to pay for all his costs. I had to take her outside the country to find out what's wrong with her. because here they was taking too long to find out. So I was spending from the money I didn't have, and I felt like she doesn't understand me. She keep asking me buy this, buy that. So I got really angry, and I got on my bike, and uh, it was a super bike, 600 cc, still heavy bike, Kawasaki, and I just went on the gas while I was angry, and my wife, she got worried about me, so she started following me with the car and the kids in it, to see if anything happened to me, and I was going really fast, going through red lights and everything. It was really fast, probably about, I never said the speed exactly, but it's about 120 miles per hour. I got to that point, and I lost control. Before I lose control, I hear the voice, and somebody called me out, and I saw everything what happened to me from outside my body. In that outside body experience I had, all my voice was answered. Now imagine me in that bike, in that sunny day, angry on a bike. You never should be riding a bike when you're angry, going on the gas, and the bike is going, and suddenly I lose control. The bike is start to shake. I come off the bike, fall on the floor, trembling over the gravel. All my clothes, everything was melted. My leather jacket and everything was melted because of the touch on the tarmac. The bike went more further away, and the bike went to pieces. The bike was written off. But when I came back and the paramedic came and everything, they checked me. I didn't even have a scratch on my body. And that was amazing. I stood up and I looked up in the sky and I said to myself, you know what? You proved me I was wrong. And I promise you I'm going to be a different man from today. I was on a mission. I came back to help people to have hope and get on track if they are off the track, because all of us, we can lose hope and thinking, why, where is everybody, why nobody's helping me. But you should know, while you are busy causing problems, somebody's out there trying to solve your problem. And that's what I realized in the
Do you know
moment
your
of when I lost all my faith.
your story is quite incredible, and first of all, I want to thank you because there's so many people that will be listening either live or on replay. They've been through mental health challenges, but sometimes there's an embarrassment to talk about those challenges. Now, your story, your full story, is coming out in your forthcoming book, which I'm really honored to be working on with you. One of the things I love is people being able to share their story, but you've gone a step further than that. After this stage of awareness with a motorbike crash where nearly effectively you could have died, and it's explained in graphic detail that stage in chapter 1 in your book. But now what you decided after then was you decided to go and take a lot of personal
Yeah,
development, self-development.
yeah.
You invested in yourself. So rather than being stuck at that point where things weren't changing, you decided to go down the route of developing yourself. So what did you do?
Well, after that, I was very confused. What happened to me? I couldn't understand. I met hypnotherapists. I tried to draw what happened to me to see what happened. I couldn't get it right. So I had to go and meet many people. I met many religious people from different religious background. Muslim, Christian, Jewish, anybody, because I just wanted to make sense out of this happen. What happened to me? What was the message? Because I couldn't get it right. I went even to Tibet. I spent 1 week with a monk in Tibet trying to be a monk. I said to myself, I'm going to give up my life and I'm going to just spend my time helping people be a monk. And I did all this. I went and I see philosophers. I went and attend so much different courses. I couldn't connect the dot until I went to Tony Robbins course, which was about 3 years course, 2 years course, and I became ICF life coach, specialized, working on myself while I was getting my qualification. I realized, oh, that was my mission. And I really found that this was my mission. You need to be out there helping people to find a way if they are lost.
And it's beautiful. If you're watching right now and you've experienced some mental health challenges, look, put a comment up. If you're watching on replay, put a comment. We'll share your comments on the screen. I've struggled in my life at certain times where, I wanted to reach out to someone. I wanted to untangle things. Now, what we're about to move into now, because we can't cover everything in
Yeah.
this one show, but today we want you to be able to connect into Ali. So, Ali, you had this incident which was life changing. You went on this personal development. Now, behind you are foreign exchange trading screens. Now, when we had first connected, I thought, you were just a foreign exchange guy. And I'm always a bit dubious about foreign exchange guys, just because I get so many people of investing in foreign exchange. But when I spoke to you, there was something quite incredible about you. And you said to me about your story. And I said to you, what are you doing with that? And you said, well, actually, I've been working on this course. So everything that I've been through, from the pains of the mind that I experienced of who I was, the awakening, and I realized that actually, if my mind was in the right place, and then I could enjoy it and find a way of making money, but on my own times, I'd have mind. My mind would be right, and my wealth would be right. And you said, well, that's how Minds to Wealth, the thought process, was born. So just take me forward to this moment. You're writing a book, you're creating a course that's called Minds to Wealth. You're taking everything from your personal experience to help people. And yes, people come to you because they can trade foreign exchange, and you teach them and they invest with you. But now this book, Minds to Wealth, which is going to be awakening your mental and financial wealth. How do you help people? Because this program's quite intense. So can you give us a sneak preview of what the program would be and how it's going to help people? Because it's going to be live in about 6 weeks with the publication of your book. I'm so excited. What exactly is Minds to Wealth?
You see, on your way to become wealthy, the only obstacle is just you. And to be able to become wealthy, you have to sort out your mind first. You have to achieve inner peace first before you can become wealthy, so you can see clearly what's ahead of you. When I met that monk and I said to him, I hate money because money is root of all evils, and all these things I had in my mind thinking about money, he said to me, listen, you love money, you love making money, and you love serving people. You need to change the way you are thinking to be able to make more money, and then you can serve people, you can help people, you can help charities, right? But I spend my time, I go and talk to people. You can become a good person helping people, running charities, by making more money. So in that point I realized, oh, money doesn't need to be dirty. I can make money, I can be a good person and I still have money, right? I don't need to be a monk to be a good person. So that's why, because I love to help people and I love to help charities, I started working on myself. I resetted my mind, because you have to reset the temperature of the money inside your brain, because you've been told this is how much you can make, but this is not true. You can make as much as you want. I'm coming from a background of a teacher and a government workers, which was on wages, and my level was I can only make 25,000 pounds. But then I had to work on myself, reset that inside my head, realize I can actually make more than that. I am the first person in my whole family, whole generation, I ever made over 500,000 pounds.
Oh, Ali's, we lost Ali's connection there. This happens on broadcasting. He'll be back with us in just 1 second. What Ali was saying there was that he was the first person in his family to start in business and to generate a wage for himself as an entrepreneur. He's going to be back with us in 2 seconds. But while we're just reconnecting, we're working on his new book at the moment. And for me, when I'm working with someone, whether it's a business client or whether it's someone that wants to publish a book, I am so excited when someone's really honest with themselves and really real with themselves. Ali will be back in 2 seconds. Here he comes. I'm very excited, and I'll bring Ali back up in 1 second. He's sitting in the waiting room now. But when I'm working with someone that's got such an incredible story, it inspires me to want to do more with them. So Ali, sorry, where you got to the point was you're the first person in the family to have earned a wage above a certain amount, and then we lost you. Carry on, sir.
Yeah, so I decided, it seems like I'm the first person. I have to change this generation, and I'm quite happy, because my daughter, she's 9 years old. She came to me the other night and she said to me, Daddy, I'm buying a house, I'm building a plot on it, and I'm going to rent it. If I build more rooms, I couldn't believe it. 9 years old is thinking like this. I wish I could think like this. How do you think that thing is coming? Because of the way I behave and I teach people online. So she sit down here and she listens to all this stuff. She's 9 years old. I know she's gonna be amazing. Exactly opposite to this. I've been told you can't achieve this. You only can make 25,000 pounds. Go and find a job. Be secure. Be safe. I had to reset all this, to be able to go more further. And
And so
especially when I went through the pain in 2014 when I had a back operation, that put more pressure on me. I needed to change that because I didn't have no money for a whole year sitting at home, waiting for my back to get better.
And do you know what's incredible as well, Ali? This whole program is so exciting because I'm on the inner circle of trust now, so I know what you're working on, and it's getting exciting. So at stage one, minds to wealth. So mind is where we've got these challenges, we've got mental issues. Most of us have got an Achilles heel. You're working on that with the clients within this program, but you're also showing them how to generate their wealth. And what I like about your program is you're saying within the program, look, we get your mind straight first of all, so you're the best version of yourself, so you're functioning effectively, the happiest version of you that
Yeah,
wants to go to work with doing something they enjoy. They can then invest with you in foreign exchange, or they can take that mind system, and then there's other ways of them
yeah,
generating their wealth through
yeah,
doing what they love.
yeah,
So they could come to you for forex, or they could use another wealth system.
yeah,
So explain to me again the synergy. So mind is right, your wealth starts to flow. When people aren't listening and they're not aware, they just don't believe that there's possible to change their life or their circumstances. I think that with COVID right now, this is my guess, that people are going to go back to work when the furlough scheme ends, when we come out of lockdown. And do you know what I think? I think 25 to 30% of people that's going to go back to work are going to turn up on day one and they're going to say, I don't want to be here. And I think there's going to be a massive shift for potential clients of people like you
yeah.
that's going to be delivering a program that's going to show them that there's another way. Now, I do it with business coaching and consultancy, but how are you going to help people? Because this is what you say you were born to do after the near death motorcycle accident.
Yeah, but first of all, I realized life is too short to spend all your time from morning until night just working in office and then don't have any time to spend with your kids. So when you are investing, especially in foreign exchange, you just put the money in and the money is growing, as your investment. You can go and do whatever you want. And then you come back and then you can just take the profit. But how 90% of people lose, we call it the rule of nine. 90% of people, they lose 90% of their money in the first nine investment they do in the first 9 months. That's what they call it, rule of nine. And the reason is because they don't spend the time to go through the education, psychology, and also the technique, learning the rules of the game, how to play the game. Now, 80% is psychology. How you make decision, how you press a button, all this needs to be sorted. Then you can press a button. If you are greedy, if you haven't worked on yourself, you're inside. When you're pressing the button, you are not pressing the button following the rule. You press the button following your emotion. So your emotion needs to be controlled. We need to shape all that. And we work on all this inside the program.
And that's brilliant because whatever you decide to do, whether you come to you and you work on the mind to wealth system and program, because there's a lot of similarities here with other people that's created programs that's also been through these experiences. There's some incredible sort of growth and transformation programs out there. But what intrigued me about you and what I liked about you with the foreign exchange was this, that you're protecting people's risk. And I said to you, well, some people are going to come to you in this course where they're going to go on to do their own business, and some people might come to you for forex. You said that's absolutely fine,
Yeah.
because if they want to come to me for foreign exchange, great. But if there's something they were born to do that's their wish and fulfillment, that's no different than me doing what I'm doing with Minds to Wealth. So with foreign exchange, when you train, and I know you work day and night on that, and you train a lot of people, and your page is really successful. I love the way that you reduce people's risk and you do protect them with their risk. And as you say, I've heard horror stories of people losing money on foreign exchange. Just tell me briefly, how do you protect your clients that you work with on the way that they trade on foreign exchange?
Working on their mind, making sure they are disciplined, making sure they make decision based on following rule, making sure they control their risk. We train risk managers, not risk takers. Everybody think foreign exchange is about taking risk and be just press a button and all this adrenaline rush and everything. No, it's not. It's all about precision, consistency, reading the market, following the rule, then press the button. If you don't have a set of rule, you will lose. If your mind is not right, you press the button while you're angry, You are investing while you're angry. Of course, you're gonna lose money. So everything needs to be right.
So look, we've had some phone calls back and forth together. We've seen each other's children on Facebook. You're a family man, like me. Let me just go back now, if I may. And if you're just joining us, this is Minds to Wealth Live. Minds to Wealth Live. This is Ali Shahraki show that we are broadcasting for 30 minutes every Tuesday at 1 p.m. Except today is Thursday because we had a technical problem, and I apologise. It's Tuesday, but for 30 minutes we're talking about Minds to Wealth. At the end of the 6 weeks, Ali's show Minds to Wealth will be on his own Facebook page, but he'll also be a published author of his new book, Awaken Your Mental and Financial Wealth. Let me just go back to the mental health part, if I may. And as we come to the end of this first program, what do you think are the key elements where I was talking to my mum about this last night, right? I mean, I have family members that have got some challenges, but they're just unaware of their behavior. Me and my mum are very sensitive. We're very aware. We've got a very high emotional intelligence, and we're just this energy for our stomachs, and we just know and sense, what's going on. When people aren't aware, and we've all got people and I'm sure I'm not aware in other things. I'm just a human being. But when people aren't aware to people that are aware, in other words, Ali, can you help me? I've got some challenges. I want to break free from X, Y, or Z. How do we help people that are aware or unaware? The ones that's unaware, can we help them? Just to give people some hope, because if somebody's watching and they're aware, they might be thinking, actually, this program might help me. How do you help people that are aware? First of all, what would be your advice?
If you're aware of the situation, then somebody can help you, because then you already realize this is a problem, I need to fix it. Then you can ask for help and we can help you in the program. But Bradley, to be honest, if you're including the category of people who is not aware of this at all, it's impossible for anybody to help you. The first step is to be aware. You need to change. It's your job from inside. You need to realize, you know what, I'm not happy. I am not happy with the result I'm getting in my life. I need to change that. Then you can ask for help. Somebody can come and say to you, you know what, this is the way, this is a system you can use and go forward. But if you are somebody who's denying the problem you are facing, nobody can help you. You have to accept the problem to be able to solve it. Do you agree with that?
100%, and exactly what myself and my mum said, because within my family, we've got someone that's just unaware, and you can't say anything because they become angry. And that reminds me of what you said when you was Mr. Angry, because you was unaware. But it took a motorcycle accident that you nearly died in to leave your family behind for you to have this moment that said, it's not your time, Ali, we've got work for you to do. And then you became aware. We don't want people to go through a motorcycle accident. But yes, I agree, the ones that are aware, that they're open to being educated, to learning, to
But
develop.
they can start from somewhere. They don't have to die, but they can ask one question. Steve Jobs always says, if this was your last hour of living, would you still behave like this? Would you do this, what you just did? Would you do this, what you just said? Would you say that? If this was your last hour of living, would you want to die after what you just said? And the memories you are leaving behind. And that always stopped me from being angry. Every time I feel angry, I say to myself, if this was my last hour of living, would I want my son to remember me this way? Or this person, Bradley, remember me this way? No, I don't want Bradley to remember this way. Because maybe I don't know if I'm going to meet Bradley again or not. Because I wasn't expecting the bike to crash and die. So I have a high gratitude for every hour of me living. Before, I was having a high expectation of I'm going to live forever. I'm never going to die. But when I went outside the house at a young age, and I wasn't even expecting that. And suddenly facing my death, now I realize, you know what? Every minute I have to appreciate it.
And I really appreciate that. Katie Rokar is saying, I can't find Ali's Facebook page. We'll put the link up for you. Just stand by, Katie. We'll put it up in 1 second. While I ask Ali the next question, I'll search it and put the link up so you can grab it. Ali, last question before we end today's show. And listen, first of all, congratulations on the launch of your show, Minds to Wealth. Congratulations on the book that you're writing at the moment, which is going to be incredible. But listen, you're an entrepreneur. and you're going through challenges and making sacrifices in order to grow your business. And being an entrepreneur, when you're in a startup stage, you have to face the facts that you're going to be putting in the hours. You are probably earning less money than you've ever earned before because you're investing in yourself. It's a time where your family can doubt where you're going, but you have a vision.
Absolutely.
It takes a lot of courage to start a company. So, first of all, congratulations as well and respect on that. So, for anybody that's actually taking the jump as you've done from the employed route to being self-employed, what would your advice be to them? Because of course you've got the course that's going to help them to do that, but what's your advice to them as an entrepreneur? What do they need to be prepared for? What do they need to be ready for in terms of their family being with them? What are the things they need to be prepared for? Because you've done it, you're doing it.
First of all, you need to find your whys. Why are you starting that journey? If you don't know why you're starting the journey, as soon as you face one obstacle or the first person comes to you and says to you, oh, this is not going to work, what's going to happen? You're going to stop, right? So first you need to find out a very strong why you are starting that journey. The second thing, you need a vision.
Yeah.
Why do you need a vision? Vision is your map, because if you don't know where you're going, you don't know how much money you want to make, you don't know where you want to be end up, you're going to end up somewhere you don't want to be. So you have to have a vision, and then make sure you are pig-headed focus. What does that mean? It means only focus to where you want to go. Don't look anywhere else, because there are lots of different distractions everywhere. This is everybody keep calling you, come here, I teach you how to do this, come here, I teach you how to do this. You need to be pig-headed focus. Find your way, choose your way of investment, or the strategy you want to choose to become wealthy, and just go for it. That's it. Don't get distracted.
And thank you. You know, your words are really incredible. Katie, I'm just going to put up Ali's address details for you now. Just bear with me. I'm just going to put that into there. So you've got that. And there you go. So it's facebook.com/real.ali.shahraki, where you can look him up. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, this has been the first edition of the incredible Minds to Wealth show with the amazing Ali Shahraki. He is becoming a published author as we speak. Awaken your mental and financial wealth. He is creating a program which is called Minds to Wealth, which will help you. And Ali is also, I feel, learning a lot about himself during this journey of becoming an author. I think he's learning a lot about himself as he's working on this program. Look, from my point of view, if someone said to me, Bradley, how do you feel? How did I feel 18 months ago before starting to work with Alfie Best? I would have responded with the knowledge of what my experiences were to that point. If somebody said to me, how do you think you might feel in 18 months? I couldn't have answered that. If you ask me now, how do I feel about the last 18 months, being a mentee to Alfie Best, and how my life has changed, on my skill, knowledge and attitude has increased, I can absolutely tell you with certainty, because I've got the experience. Ali, you can't yet fully describe what it's like to be launching this program with your clients turning up, with your book being published, because you're going through that growth curve. How excited are you? Because not only is your book coming out, not only have you got a new program, but you're developing yourself again whilst you're writing your book, whilst you're creating this Minds to Wealth program. How do you feel right now?
I feel excited because, and I'm very grateful to Alfie to open up his arm and letting people like me to learn from him and go more further and further in our journey. Because guess what? If my mentor didn't open their doors and they wouldn't teach their skill to me, I wouldn't be here where I am now. Because as a person by myself from university, I didn't learn all this stuff. I had to go to somebody who's been through the journey, done it all, learn from them, and that saved me a lot of time. Otherwise, on the age of 41, no way I would have achieved what I achieved now. It would have taken many years and so much money to learn what I know now. And I'm so grateful for, I know the experience. That's why I always choose mentors, because they can help you to get to where you want to be faster and quicker. And I'm so grateful to you and also to Alfie to give us this opportunity to learn from you, because I know he made a lot of mistake until he got to where he is now. and those
Yeah.
mistakes I'm going to learn from them, and I'm not going to make those mistakes.
Listen, we're going to still make mistakes. That's the nature. But absolutely, why reinvent the wheel when somebody else has made a mistake? And Alfie says, "Look, I've made a lot of mistakes, so you don't have to."
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
which is cool. Also, ladies and gentlemen, Ali Shahraki is one of our prized and famous members of the Billionaire Apprentice, which I'm the Billionaire's Apprentice, and we have a Facebook group of 35 people now, where we can take 50 people. And as Alfie teaches me, I'm sharing that knowledge within the group, and that's on Facebook. It's a secret group. You're more than welcome to join us by going to our website, and you will see there's an option to join. But for now, ladies and gentlemen, this has been an incredible half hour or so with Ali Shahraki. And Ali, why don't you say goodbye to everybody? Because this, after 6 weeks, is your show. You're going to be broadcasting. You're going to have, your guests on the show. So let me stay quiet and you do the final wrapping up of what is your show.
Thank you for watching, and choose your direction, because the way you choose your direction, that's exactly where you're going to be going. Have a great day.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.